What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, come back with another wonderful video. Another wonderful and exhausted individual today. This will probably be a really short video. I'm really tired, so and I make terrible videos anyways, so who cares? Am I right? Am I right? See, I've already started. So I've just got a couple things to talk about today. Probably relatively unimportant, honestly. I don't really have the energy today, but I'm going to power through it and we'll talk about these wonderful subjects I have. And then whatever time, I'll cut it off and I'm going to go to bed afterwards, per usual. All right. So, as you can see on the title, we're going to talk about Spider-Gwen. For those of you who, aren't in the know, new Spider-Man animated movie, the one with Miles Morales, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think it's called. That just came out, and there's some talks about it. Some fans have some theories, calling Gwen Stacy, who's Spider-Gwen. I think she's also known as Ghost Spider. Fans are convinced that she's trans. Yeah, sure. Obviously, it's stupid. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the stupidness that is. So let's get into that. And then also, we're gonna have some talks on, I guess, conservatives are calling to the Senate, are asking the Senate to ban a bill regarding trans athletes. So some riveting stuff. We'll talk about that for a little bit, but So this is from Pink News, obviously a very reputable source. Apparently, they support LGBTQ plus rights. All right, whatever. Look, I don't have anything against any people that are gay, lesbian, bi, trans, and all that crap. I honestly could give two shits, but I do hate this whole wokeness where like everything's got to have a message to like be supportive of plus X people. I really don't have any problems with trans people. If they want to be trans, fine, but like I said, I don't care. My big issues on the whole movement, and I don't really think it's a movement. I think it's a select amount of people that are the loudest, and therefore they're kind of like seen as the entire movement. But I don't think a majority of trans individuals believe in the same things they do. I think the majority of them just want to be left alone and live their lives, and probably hate being grouped in with these trans activists. That's my opinion. I could be 100% wrong, but that's my opinion. That's what I assume about a lot of activists is like the majority of people actually do like believe in whatever activism that someone's talking about. I say a majority do believe in it, but they're just more quiet and they don't, at least the ones that are like the most radical, I guess is what I mean. I don't really think they will, they actually agree with any of the messages that like any radicals go on about. That's my opinion. I might be wrong about that, but that's okay. Anyways, back to what my biggest issue with trans stuff is the ones that have to do with like transitioning children. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, you get a bunch of people, like you get that chick on the whatever podcast, Kiko or whatever. She really has like, she's really into transitioning kids. I mean, that's what it seems like. I could be wrong. I didn't really watch it. Not that I got anything against the whatever podcast. It's just, I'm busy and, I have already a vast amount of things I watch and I don't need to add another one. But I've seen a few clips of the Kiko chick, that the chick that rage quits a lot, and she seems to like be all for transitioning kids. I think that's wrong. I think kids are confused enough as it is, just trying to find themselves, like, as they're growing up, that you really don't need to add all this shit on top of it. I mean, seriously, like, think about when you were a kid and think of the wild things that you wanted to do. I mean, do you really think someone that small, tiny, and, really dumb? Let's be honest, kids are dumb. All right. And, kids are awesome too. They have a beautiful heart and everything, but they're dumb as hell. But you want to give the biggest responsibility that really changes their entire like life. You want to give them the power to like just decide, oh, I'm a boy, but I want to be a girl, so I'm a girl now. That's retarded. Oh shit, I probably can't say that. Oh well, fuck it. That's dumb. Okay, that's really dumb. Like the idea that we should give um kids the ability to change their gender, and that we should put them on puberty blockers and all that stuff and transition them and all that crap. It's really dumb. Like kids don't know what they want for like anything. Like my daughter's 2. Okay, obviously I don't think she's at the age where these people are targeting. I mean, they can try. It's not going to end well with them if they try to target my daughter. Just saying. Um, is that a threat? Yeah, it's a threat. You don't try to push this shit on my kid. Um, but like I can't remember what I was. See, I'm so fucking tired. I don't even know what I was gonna say about that. But anyways, like just leave kids alone. Let them be. And once they hit 18 and they're a legal adult and they want to do this stuff, then they can do it. Then I think an adult has every right to choose how they want to do all that crap. My biggest problem when it comes to adults is when they're trying to force the rest of us. If it like, for example, there's like this dude that's a dude that says he's a chick. I'm being very rude right now, and I don't care at the moment. But he says he's a chick, and he's going on Dr. Phil. He's got long hair, he got makeup on, but a full fucking beard. All right. Look, if you're gonna present yourself and make yourself look like a dude, like just because you put makeup on doesn't mean you don't look like a dude. If you got a full on beard, you got the facial structure of a dude. I'm gonna assume you're a dude that just likes to wear makeup. All right. But the ones that actually try, like Blair White, I think like he actually tries. Yes, I'm being rude at the moment, but I'm doing that like intentionally to let you know, like I understand he's a transgender, but Blair White looks like a chick. And like if you wouldn't tell me that Blair White's, and I've only seen him on the screen, so I don't really know what he looks like. Like you know how like on camera someone looks a little different than in person. So he may look like, but I have no problem. I would have no problem calling Blair White a she. I've almost done it a couple times because he looks like a chick. All right, and the only reason I know Blair White's a transgender is because he said it. All right, so that's my thing on the whole transgender thing is like there's individuals that want to be called women, or well, let's be honest, there's a lot of individuals that want to be called women, a lot of men that want to be called women, and they put zero effort into actually attempting to look like a woman. They grow their hair long, put a dress on. I'm a woman. That's their effort. All right, look, you just look like a dude in a dress to me. All right, that's how I feel about it. And I don't like the idea, like back in a year or so ago, and maybe it's still a big deal now. I don't know. It's not in the news as much, but the whole pushing to use pronoun stuff. If I don't want to use your goddamn pronouns, I don't have to use your goddamn pronouns. All right. Now, will I be a polite individual? More than likely. But if you're going to attempt to force me to use pronouns that you make up, because let's be honest, a lot of the pronouns are made up. Z, Zim, whatever that bullshit is. Okay. Attack helicopter. I'll call you that actually. But a lot, if you're gonna try and force me to use pronouns and whatever just to make your feelings, I'm going to intentionally not use them just because I don't like being told what I can and can't say. That's how I am. All right. So if you try to force me to call you something I don't believe you are, then I'm just gonna call you the wrong thing just to be an asshole. But like if you leave me alone and look, and I have a conversation with you, I'll probably still identify you to what you present yourself to me. So if you look like a dude in a dress, I'm gonna assume you're just a dude in a dress. But if you look like a chick and got plastic surgery for the boobs and shit, and feminize your voice and whatnot, I might assume you're a chick, and I'd have no idea. I'm a moron. Okay, but that's my thing on the whole transgender shit. I've been ranting about this for no fucking reason. Because this issue just annoys the shit out of me. Mainly just because it's people that want it's a small portion of the population, and it's not like, hey, we're here, we're just trying to live our lives. If that was the case, I'd probably be on board with them. Like, yeah, go ahead, live your life, and I will reasonably try and be polite to you. But then they, a big, again, I think it's the loudest majority of them came out and was trying to force people to call them call them how they feel or whatever it was. Like, you got to call me by this pronoun because that's how I feel. And you're an ass. You're transphobic if you don't. That's dumb. Transphobic. That's a dumb term too. It's like homophobic. Phobic means I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of any transgender person. I just don't care about you that much, honestly. Like, not like your life isn't worth a damn or anything. It means like you're not that important to me, if that makes sense. Just like the average person isn't important to me, but I'd still treat them with like some decency and respect as long as they're respectful to me, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's my whole position on the whole transgender movement. Shocking, right? And yeah. All right. So let's get into this dumb article. I got on a rant there. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll put that on my clips thing. Transgender rant. I'll probably get canceled for it. I don't fucking care. I swear to God. Hold on. Hold on. This thing is being done. There we go. Maybe I just missed it. All right. I need my glasses. And again, I have no hate in my heart for any transgender person. If that's what you want to do, live your life. Just don't try and force your beliefs on me. I hate that shit. But if you want to be yourself and all that, like I said, I'll be polite to you. I'll give you the respect you deserve as a human being. As long as you give me that respect, and if you're gonna get all antsy in your pants, you don't have to talk to me. It's a wonderful thing. I think that's how we should conduct ourselves. Be polite to people, be respectful. But if they don't say something that you particularly like, and they're not intentionally going out of their way to do it, don't get your panties in a bunch. All right, Spider-Man fans are convinced Gwen Stacy is trans in Across the Spider-Verse. Okay, I think I said Into the Spider-Verse. Apparently, it's Across the Spider-Verse. Okay, I was incorrect. My bad. Here's the evidence, and the evidence they have is kind of stupid, honestly. So it's official. Fans of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse are convinced that the character of Gwen Stacy is trans, and the evidence is compelling. No, it's not. Animated to 2018 Oscar-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was released on Friday, 2nd of June. Reunite viewers with the first biracial Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Countless Spideys from other dimensions include Spider-Gwen, also known as Spider-Woman. And in the comic books, I think she's also known as Ghost Spider. Also known as Spider-Woman, Haley Stenfield. I like Haley Stenfield. I think she's a really good singer. I'm terrible at like like I think a lot of people are good actors and they're probably not. I think she's a good actor. I don't know. Fans who've seen the film are now theorizing Gwen is trans, or at least at an allegory for the trans experience, due to a number of coded and queer colored clues. All right. All comes after Spider-Verse fans noticed a trans pride flag bearing the words "Protect Trans Kids" in the background trailer early in the film. Now, this is a dumb, this is why she's trans, like idea. It's not saying like trans proud or any of that stuff. It's just saying protect trans kids. So she could just be one of those. She could be like Kiko and believes in protecting trans kids. Is Kiko trans? I don't think she is. If she is, she did a really good job. I mean, like, look, the chick's annoying, but she's pretty hot. So, so this is dumb. Like, oh, protect trans kids. That means she must be trans, or that's a reason why we should think she's trans. No, she just might be one of those idiots that, like, believe in changing a kid's biology and in transitioning children's just because I don't know to feed their fucking ego. So that's that's a dumb thing to think. Oh yeah, because she has protect trans kids, she must be trans. That's dumb. So watching Across the Spider-Verse adds some vital new context, with many who've now seen the film in full arguing that Gwen's characterisms, animation, story arc mirror the societal internal struggles that trans people face on a daily basis. First off, the protect trans poster. All right, whatever. In a film with multiple animation styles, the color palette used for all of Gwen's scenes on Earth 65 appeared in blue and pastel blue, pink, and white. Well, pink and white are her colors. Like that's what her costume is, pink and white. It's got pink undertones and white. The pastel blue. Okay, maybe the filmmakers like did it that way to do the message bullshit. Doesn't mean she's trans. All right, it just may have been a more convenient. Like, hey, we got two of the colors. Might as well add this third one so we can be on messaging. Because that's all Hollywood does nowadays is make sure to put a bunch of fucking messaging. Unless like John Wick 4. I don't think there was any messaging in John Wick 4, like any of this, woke bullshit messaging. I like John Wick 4. That was awesome. So yeah, no, that's just it wasn't probably say, oh, Gwen's trans. It's probably just more of that Hollywood woke messaging crap. The pastel blue. That's why they did it. It's like, oh, we'll do some woke messaging, get our, get the whole wokeness going on, and then, people will like us and we'll watch the movie. And then, okay, so this stylistic choice becomes even more apparent during a key scene where Gwen opens up to her police father, Gwen Stacy, about her hidden identity as Spider-Woman. Gwen and the environment around her are practically drenched in trans pride colors. Assuming they mean this, again, pink and white are already part of her suit. It's probably why they picked those colors. I don't think this is the from the movie, but I mean, and this isn't even the same color blue. It just may be like a term for the mood and shit. And again, it's probably just like it's just Sony being like, look, here's our wokeness card today. That's basically what it's probably. And to top it all off, eagle eye viewers notice that during the same scene, a trans pride flag badge can be seen pinned to Gwen's father's police uniform. That's basically what it is. I haven't watched this movie. I wasn't really that interested in watching it. Not that I think it be a bad movie or anything. I just wasn't interested in watching the movie. So I haven't watched it, so I don't know about that last part whether that's true or not. It very might might be, but again, it could just be a father that's like that is supporting his own daughter's activism. Doesn't mean that she's trans. Look, Gwen Stacy's a chick. Okay, let's stop this crap. All right, let's stop it. It's Hollywood's woke like card. Like nowadays, Hollywood needs to put some wokeness in most of their films. Okay, that's all that's all that blue was. Hey, look, here's our wokeness. When Gwen Stacy's trans, it deviates from the comic books so much, like completely changes her character because she's a chick the entire time. Gwen Stacy. Okay, in the original comic books, Gwen Stacy's Peter Parker girlfriend. She ends up dying at the hands of the Joker. In a different universe, she gets bit by the spider that gives her the spider powers, and Peter Parker dies. I think at the hands of the lizard or some shit like that. He dies, and then Gwen Stacy continues on as the spider, as Spider Woman, or some crap like that. So that's it, really. As you can tell, I'm really tired and I don't have the patience for this bullshit. I'm really tired of all this woke messaging and all this crap. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that really annoys me, like the most about all this crap is I have no problem, if you want to, have some quote unquote representations. But make your own goddamn characters. Like make your own characters. Make your movie with a transgender, all that crap. Make a good movie out of it, and then that. But don't take people that are already established and just try to push your bullshit, messaging on it. Like, oh, now there's this really popular character. I don't know how popular Ghost Spider is, but it's a really popular character. You know what? Let's make them gay, or let's make them trans, or let's make them this, blah blah blah. Let's make them that. Instead of just writing your own damn character and making a good character out of that. That would be a lot better. Like, don't change don't change an old character. Just make your own character, make a good character, and then people will like the character. And also, just stop making like their sexual identity or whatever, their skin color or whatever, the core central of what makes them. Like, it's stupid. Like, we're like the only that's the problem with a lot of this wokeness stuff is like they'll make a character gay, all right, and like they don't really have much of a personality. They're just gay, and you just need to know that they're gay and the fact that they're gay, and it's really important to know that they're gay. Look, I don't care. Just write a good gay character, all right? You can make a gay character that's subtle. Like, is it that hard? I don't know. All right. As you can tell, I don't have any patience today. Like I said, I'm really fucking tired. I gotta go to bed. But I need to be consistent and make videos as often as possible, or else the world burns. Right. My stupid. There we go. I don't know why I'm having difficulty with this damn thing. All right. So, in other news, conservatives in the House. This is on the banning transgenders, trans athletes from women's sport. I think it's really important that we do this. Now, I think there's two ways we can go about this. Okay. A, we make the transgender athletes compete in their biological sex, gender, whatever. Okay. If they're male to female, well, they have to compete in the male. If they're female to male, they got to compete in male and female. Okay, that's what I think. All right. Oh. Or, but anyways, that's one option. Or option B, we just make a whole category for trans athletes. Everyone who's trans can compete in this group, in this one. So we got men, we got women, trans. Boom. There you go. That's two options right there that are a lot better than having trans athletes compete in women's sports. Yeah, that's a really big problem because it's as you see with Leah Thomas, yeah, okay, and then like I think there's a few like MMA or UFC or some shit like that are like boxing chicks and destroying them. So I mean, if we want to keep, if women want to keep their sports, they're gonna have to fight against this because these guys that are saying they're women, they're just ending up annihilating they're annihilating them because look, as much as we want to say that men and women are equal in some things biologically, they're not equal. All right, women can give birth, men are stronger than women generally. Okay, that's generally how the world works, and that's okay. So generally, a guy, even if he gets on hormone suppressants or whatever and dumps a bunch of estrogen, he still has the physique and has grown up with the bone density and the strength of a man until that point. So he's going to end up owning these chicks. We see it all the time. We just saw it in like one of my videos where like a bunch of 40-year-old retirees kicked a former team of U.S. national women soccer team. Kicked their ass. And before that, we had a bunch of teenagers, like high school boys, kick the ass of the like Olympic soccer team, women's soccer team. All right. Like it, this crap isn't that hard to concept. And instead of like wanting to just be all inclusive and shit, let's just face some hard facts. All right. If you put men, even if they say they're women and doing all that transitioning crap, into women's sports are no longer around. Okay? They just can't compete with men. And if you don't get that, you're an idiot. You're just a dumb idiot. All right? And you take opportunities from the women that have had to work their asses off and try and get scholarships. You're just handing it to, guys that couldn't compete in the men's team. So they went to the women's. That's basically what it is. And like I remember hearing like I can't remember who, but someone was making a joke about how like LeBron James or Michael Jordan should retire and then he should go and compete in the WNBA and he would just, win. I don't know why I said that. I'm tired. My mind's not working. Anyways, so basically conservatives are asking the House or the Senate to pass legislation that would ban trans athletes from participating in school sports. And that's important. All right. So just take out like all the other competitions and whatnot. Take that away. It's like, like Olympic and all that crap. Take that away. All right. Now let's do school sports. Now, if you haven't competed in a school sport, there are opportunities. You can get scholarships. You can get looked at for a team, things of that nature. Opportunities that could give you a boost up if you really need them. So just picture you're a girl and you've worked your ass off like for 16 or 15 10 15 years working your ass off to be at the best you could possibly be and compete in your school sports, and you're hoping for that scholarship and you need that scholarship so you can go to school, get an education, blah 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 blah, or you really want to play for this particular team, and then some dude who says he's a woman comes in and just takes it from you. All right, that's what basically happens. All right, you can come and say in the comments and say I'm transphobic and all that shit, but that's the reality of the situation. All right, I don't have seen any data that has actually proven that a year's worth of time can make a man can be on the same level as a woman. That it's literally impossible. He can't remove muscle fiber, bone density, the muscles that we've gained, and all that shit like that. And you can't remove any of that stuff, okay? So, I mean, and we're just ripping opportunities from women to, to be able to, gain like it's just so dumb. Like this should be really easy. And I blame women, okay? And here's why I blame women, all right? Because a lot of women don't do these sports, and it's only a few select of women. And the women that actually do the sports are the ones that generally are fighting back. But the women that don't do sports never had to compete in these high, intense atmosphere, competitiveness, and stuff. They're always like, oh, inclusive, like, oh, just let them compete, blah blah, fucking blah blah blah. No, okay, no. And that's the reason why we're even having this discussion is because majority of the women that have a voice in this are women that don't compete in these sports, and the ones that do, they just get like railroaded. Okay, sorry. Okay, the national effort targeting trans kids is promoting LGBTQ plus advocates declare state of emergency. Yeah, advocates, you don't get to declare any states of emergency. All right, don't be a moron. Republicans are demanding a national ban on trans athletes in school sports. Now, what this means. Now, I haven't read any of the bill or anything, but I'm assuming what this bill means is that you, as a trans athlete cannot compete in a girls' sports. But that does not mean you can't compete in any sport. It just means you can't compete as a biological male who says he's a woman in a woman's sport. You can still compete in the men's sport. That's what I'm assuming they're talking about, because what does this article say? Conservative calls on Senate to pass trans athlete ban. And there's like, okay, that wasn't the bombshell I was thinking. Anyways, but that's what I'm assuming, because, I think it's that's what I'm assuming. I haven't read it. Maybe I should read up on it, but I'm assuming that's what it's going to say. All right. So, an Illinois Republican, Mary Miller, said she's horrified. Our girls deserve safe locker rooms and fair opportunities in athletics. I agree. The group was joined by women athletes who say they were wrong after being forced to compete against trans women. Taylor Silverman, a competitive skateboard, said Congress must act to protect women. I was bumped from first place to second place, and it was a different male each time. Going through this was mentally tormenting. Although House Republicans already passed the bill in April, it stands a little chance in Democratic-led Senate, but that's not stopping Republicans and state legislators across the country from enacting their own set of bills. And I think that's how we should actually do this. I don't think we should do a federal bill on that. I think we should try and do all this at the state level. And that way, if women that feel they're being treated unfairly can go to a different state, and then they can, have a chance there. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I feel. So, anyways, continuing with the article, we've reached a crisis point, says some moron named Oakley. That's with a human rights campaign, and I guess it's the nation's largest LGBTQ civil rights group. Calls the campaign against trans athletes, especially trans kids, disingenuous. No, it's not. So there's so much fear and misinformation about the issues that are invented in order to drive wedges between folks and make people afraid. Look, no one's afraid of trans athletes. All right, no one's afraid of trans kids. All right, we're not afraid. Okay, we just understand that there are biological differences between male and females. Okay, that's how the world's been for 2 billion years. Okay. We're not afraid of anyone. And honestly, if you guys didn't try to like interpose yourselves in where you have an unfair advantage, we probably wouldn't really give two shits about you. Let's be honest. Okay. No one really cares about a trans person until they try to put their heads into shit or force us to, use their or compel our speech and make us, okay, use their pronouns or shit. We don't really care. Okay. We will treat you with the same respect that we treat any other human being, unless you try to force us to, compel us to use our speech to conform to your speech, or you try to use your advantage as a biological male to throttle the competition of biological females. And this moron, Miss Oakley or whatever, tries to call a state of emergency. You don't get to call state emergencies, okay? Apparently, in April, the Biden administration proposed a rule that would restrict schools and colleges from enacting bans of transgender athletes. Okay, go for it. Look, that would obviously work in federally funded schools. Private schools and private colleges and all that, it's not going to work there. Or at least it shouldn't. It probably still would work there because colleges are fucking liberal cesspool as well. So there's that. But yeah. Look, again, I don't care. Okay. I really don't care about transgender. Meaning, by that, I mean, like, I don't care about you as much as I don't care about the next person. All right. I really don't. If you're not interfering with my rights as a human being, I really don't care about you. Do you, boo? Do you? If it makes you happy, go ahead and do that. All right. I really don't care. I care when you try and push this shit on kids. Okay. Somehow kids can't consent to have sex. Okay. But they can consent to having a life altering surgery. That doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Doesn't make sense to me. You can't consent to have sex, but you can consent to have a life altering experience. And there's been some stuff in the news where people that have transitioned and, done the whole surgeries and whatnot and beta blockers and all this stuff, they're coming out and regretting it. Weird. It's like we predicted this. Okay. So there's some of that stuff going on. I was going to have some more on this. But, it's like I said, I really don't care about, I want you to live your life as, as fulfilled as possible. But you don't get to trample on other people's rights. And if you want to compete as an athlete, you're going to have to go with what you were biologically born as. Okay? Because that's fairness. Okay? It's fairness. There's a reason that when you go and join, like, say, the military or the police or firefighters, you have a different standards for men. You got different standards for women. All right. Men's standards are here. Women's standards are about here. All right. That's how it is. Okay. That's just how it is. That's how life works. Okay. That's all it is to it. And if we're going to try and start changing that, then we're idiots. We really are. We're giant idiots. It's just stupid. All right. That's all I got to say. It's just stupid. Stop. Like, just stupid. All right. I'm just like, I'm exhausted and my words are just, it's all this trans athlete stuff. It's dumb. It really is dumb. Yeah, that's all I got. I've ranted. I'm tired. I surprisingly had this video go longer than I was expecting. I was honestly thinking I was going to get done with this in 20 minutes and just do a really short video. I was wrong. Shocking. Apparently I can rant on about this. I just don't like people like trampling my own rights. And when you try to compel my speech to make you feel better, that is trampling on my rights, whether you think so or not. Fuck you. But anyways, that's all I got there. And speaking of trans, as you probably know, I will be reviewing the Flash film next week. Well, not next week, 2 weeks from now. I'm going to go see it on Friday. Next Friday, I mean. And Ezra Miller, who is a garbage human being, but is also trans, so that's why he can get away with shit. Yes, he, not they, he. That's why he can get away with all the shit he's done, like kidnapping and attacking people and shit like that, and why he hasn't gotten fired from the DC universe. But Henry Cavill, who did, an okay job as Superman, got fired. Dumb. But I will be reviewing that movie. I think it's gonna be shit. I really do. I don't even think Michael Keaton is Batman. I don't think that's gonna save it. And it's not making much sense to me, but I will watch it and maybe it will make sense. Probably not. Probably be a shitty film. But it's my first film I'm going to review, and I figured I'll start with a shitty one, and that way I can improve when it comes to one I actually like. Excuse me, tired. Let's see. Don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Hopefully some good news comes. Looks like was it Patrick Bet Davis or whatever his name is? He's like he's a pretty good dude, it seems to me. But he interviewed Andrew Tate. I think I need to do a 2-part, so I might look at that. I'm sure people are tired of watching my stuff on Andrew Tate. But it is news at the moment, and it's got some interesting things. Some interesting things to see and stuff. So, but anyways, that's it. So if you like the video, like and subscribe. If you hate my quote unquote transphobia, make sure you comment and tell me how horrible I am. But if you didn't like and subscribe, I will ignore you. Okay, and your words will have no feeling. So if you want to hurt me with your comments, you're gonna have to like and subscribe the video. Okay, it's the only way you can hurt me with your words. Otherwise, I'm like a Saiyan, I'm like Vegeta with Ultra Ego. The more damage you attempt, the stronger I get, because the damage you do won't work. But if you like and subscribe, you take that power away, and your comments will really damage me. Yes. But follow me on YouTube. If you want, if you're if you got any video suggestions, go ahead and DM me at on my Twitter at officialwghost. Follow me on my Rumble channel as well with Ghost and Gaming with Ghost. At some point, I will put up some gaming streams. I've ordered some stuff to hopefully help me do all that. Sorry. Yeah, that's all I got. So I can see, so I can click this. So I hope you all have a good day. Hope you like the video, and so I hope you all will like and subscribe, like I keep saying. All right, see ya.